Ladies and gentlemen, transport enthusiasts, welcome back to Transport Fever 2. And I very much suspect that this will be the end of the line. That's right, I suspect that this will indeed be the last episode in the Transport Fever 2 Potato-Topia Let's Play. So buckle down and be prepared for a whole bunch of stuff which is going to happen over the next however long this episode does end up being. Anyway, what I want to accomplish in this episode, firstly, I want to make sure that towns like Hitchin and all of the other little places that don't have any transport coming in or out thus far, I want to make sure that they've all got a little connection. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do in this very first instance. Yeah, just gonna whap a tram stop down there. We'll set up a route from Queensway over yonder to I don't know. I mean, Battle. I guess we could go to Battle. Alternatively, there's a bus stop right over there, and that would probably work out not too badly at all. And by over there, I mean in Hemsworth, and that's linked up to the Cross Map Express. So that would be pretty exceptional if we could get that up and running. So let's do that real quick. Yeah. So talking about why this is the last episode. Well, I suspect highly that that over the next however long this episode is, I suspect that we will unlock all of the vehicles, and maybe if we don't unlock all of the vehicles, then we'll get pretty darn close to unlocking all of the vehicles, which basically is good enough for me as far as I'm concerned. I feel like we've done about as much as we possibly can on a megalomaniac map. One of the things that is really rather irritating about this, and you know, part of the reason why I feel like I need to bring this series to an end, is that the game is just so darn laggy. What is this? This is the Hemsworth connection, like the French connection, but not set in France. Is the French connection set in France? I don't know. It's one of these classic things that everyone talks about, but I don't know if anyone's actually ever seen. Don't quote me on that, though. That might just be horrifically uninformed. Probably is, knowing me, but that's okay. Anyway, yeah, so the megalomaniac map type is at the moment pretty darn laggy, and the later that you go, the more vehicles you have around the map, it gets pretty cumbersome. So I feel like we're just at the limit of what my computer can handle at the moment. And my computer's not terrible. So I mean, look, there are definitely further optimizations to be made, but I'm sure they'll be made. I'm sure they'll be made in time, knowing the developers are as committed to this game as they are, and they are absolutely committed to this game for sure, just like they were the first one. Okay, cool. So we've got Stolly Bridge bus time. Yep, that's all connected up. Oof, that little zoom out there, that was a little bit challenging, wasn't it? Okay, New Biggin by Sea. Is New Biggin by Sea connected up? I don't think it is. It's not. It's not thus far. However, I do know a way that we can connect it up. This is one of the only island places that we haven't thus far set up any transport. Oh, yes, I was going to mention. So, one of the things, obviously, that I want to do is get everything connected up that's currently, I guess, like, not connected up in terms of towns. So we're gonna connect all of these up. But also what I want to do is I want to set up an express line from Burnley all the way over to Gravesend, so that all of the connections in Burnley can be leveraged by the people in Gravesend, because at the moment there's no direct line. However, I think that we can tweak our track just a little bit to make sure that there is actually a direct line that goes right from one end of the map to the other. How exciting would that be? I think that's a really great way to sort of finish the episode up. Oh, brilliant. That's a 300km/h TGV train. Now, that is exactly what I'm looking for, because that will very much allow us to set up the fastest possible type of train. TGV, I believe, is the French high-speed train. So, obviously, it'll only be a part-time service, and it'll go on strike every, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. But apart from that, it should be pretty darn good. It should be pretty darn good. Right. This is gonna be, we'll call this like a island rural route. There we go. Right, island rural route. Let's plonk down a bus. I was about to say bus bay, but that's not really what it is at all, is it? No, quite the contrary. Right. 5, sure, it is a bit of a long route. Island rural route. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so that links up to the train station, and it takes in pretty much all of New Biggin by Sea, so that will allow everyone in New Biggin by Sea to link up to the Grimsby line, which is pretty darn good. I'm pretty darn happy with that. We are making an absolute ton of money, I will say that. That's very true. Also, what the heck is going on over here? Yeah, this ain't good. This is not good. Where are you going? You're going into the city center. Holy cow, the city center is very, very busy here. Right, well, what we can do is we can mitigate against that by just removing the traffic lights there and making it an absolute free-for-all. There we go. That might improve things somewhat. Most people seemingly want to turn right anyway. Yeah, so that seems to mostly get the traffic jam sorted out. There we go. Turn the traffic lights off. Traffic lights are just a menace. A menace to society. They really are. Turn them off absolutely everywhere that we possibly can. The problem really is, I think, in the city centers, is that we've got trams, right? Trams are pretty irritating. Pretty irritating when it comes to traffic jams. But that's kind of not my problem. Goodliest, you're going to, yeah, the center over here. I mean, there's not much else that we can really do about that, I'm afraid. No. Also, the tram system in this area in Burnley needs to be updated. Something fierce. Let me do that just real quick, because that is actually quite important. Right. Tram station. Brilliant. And another tram station. Brilliant. And another tram station over here. Just for good measure. Fantastic. Right. Now we need to make sure that everywhere is upgraded with the appropriate tram lineage. There we go. Let's roughly connect everything up. Wonderful. And how on earth are we going to get over here? Great question. Potato. You know, when I'm complimenting my own questions, you know that things have gotten real bad. Things have gotten real bad. This is tram test, isn't it? Yeah, tram test. The original OG tram line. Right, add station. Boom. Boom. Are we not able to get up here? Why not? Ah, there's a little tiny unupgraded bit right there. Well, good spot there, me. Okay, after Manchester Road, we'll go over here. And that will be that. Okay, what I do want to do is upgrade this route over here, because I want the trams to take the path less traveled. So if we do that, then that might make them... Yeah, that'll make them go around in a little bit more of a circular route, which will sort of try and take them out of the center of town a little bit. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, who knows. We'll have to wait and see. However, we should start to utilize more of our tram capacity, because at the moment we're only using about 37 out of 92. I say about 37, exactly 37 out of 92, which is not good enough. We need to do better than that. We need to absolutely do better than that. Okay, so that's that sorted. We've sorted New Biggin by Sea. There is one other town. There's one other town over here. Yes, Stockport. Stockport, you're going to get a bus, because, quite frankly, you don't deserve a train station. I say that. Everyone deserves a train station. But not Stockport. Right. Upgrade that. There we go. I do enjoy upgrading roads. I must say, that is one of the most satisfying aspects of this game. It really is very, very satisfying. Let's plonk down a bus/tram stop in the middle of town. Tell you what, that bus/tram stop pretty much gets everything, doesn't it? Yeah, Kingston upon Beach, for a reasonably populous town, your geographic footprint is actually quite small. There we go. All right. Well, we'll do that, and we'll call this Beach Parallel. That's not how you spell parallel, but I'm committed now, so let's flip and do it. Also, this route right here, this Thule route, this must be losing an absolute arm and a leg. Right, let me sell off all of the vehicles. And then let me just buy a couple of Peterbilts. Yeah, 4 Peterbilts, sure. And stick them on Thule. Because that, I mean, that is just a ridiculous amount of traffic going into the center of town, I must say. That really is ridiculous. We haven't even upgraded the tools factory over here. Kingston Upon Beach doesn't even require that many tools, so... not even that interesting. Anyway, let me get some more buses as well. We need buses. We'll get the best buses possible. I say the best buses possible. I don't know why I keep buying these Chevrolet pieces of junk. Beach Parallel, there we go. Don't know why I keep buying the Chevrolet pieces of junk when I could be buying the big old bendy buses, but, you know, that's kind of by the by. Doesn't particularly matter as long as we have some transport on the routes. And the beach bus on rails. That's an old train. That is a very old train. How old is that? 110 years old. Yeah, that ain't so hot, I must say. Have we lost money absolutely every year? Really? Oh no, this is Thule reinforced like Buddha. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably not the best way to go about delivering tools anymore. Yeah, maybe we just retire this train. Yeah, maybe we just retire this train. I mean, that has literally been losing money for eons. Eons! I mean, literally 110 years it's probably been losing money ever since we set up the supply route. Anyway, so that's Stockport connected. Stockport's now got a route. I believe there is one place over... No, not over here. Grimsby's definitely got a connection. Stockport's got a connection. Ferndown's got a connection. Skelmersdale's got a connection. Chagford, Yarmouth's got a connection. Wigan's got a connection. There is, however, Hetton's got a connection. Witham's got a connection. Russian class, why would I buy that? That looks like hot garbage to me. Stallbridge got a connection. Coggshall's got a connection. Brilliant. Yeah, we worked on the Coggshall connection in the last episode. Connection over at Woodgreen. Connection over at Rothwell. I mean, how many passengers are waiting here at Rothwell? Can't be that many. It can't be that many. Money? Can't be that many. Oh my goodness. 352 years. Oh my goodness. And you're still going. Well, you know what? It's not... Look at this traffic jam. That is absolutely brilliant. Can you imagine being trapped behind a horse and carriage and that legitimately being your bus travel? At least you know when you take the horse and carriage, you're going to get there the fastest because nobody can overtake you on these terrible little roads. Look at this. This is ridiculous. I mean, there's a convoy behind each of these wagons. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's wonderful. Woodgreen Central. Yeah, cool. We got tram line over here as well. Brilliant. And yeah, I think Wickwar is the only sort of outlying island that I'd spotted, and I went around and just sort of sussed out the couple of communities that hadn't been connected thus far. Medal with Wesham, that's connected. Chagford's connected. Horsham's obviously connected. Ventnor's connected. Bewdley's not connected. Bewdley is not connected at all. That's okay. Where am I gonna connect Bewdley to? I kind of want to connect Bewdley up to this massive superhighway over here. So maybe we'll make a superhighway extension and connect up Bewdley. I think it's a pretty darn good idea, actually. We'll make it run reasonably parallel with the there we go. Reasonably parallel with the track. Why? No particular reason, frankly. There we go. This is gonna give the bus passengers a nice view down of the track, the super high speed trains. Connect up there. Oh, look at that. That is something. There's a bridge pillar collision. That's a shame. All right, well, we'll get the very, very latest in cement bridges. Wonderful. There we go. Look at that. You can watch the, whatever the, is it called the Shinkansen? It's called something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Let me just clarify that. It's called... I need electric units. The Shinkansen. It is called the Shinkansen. I knew I should have just believed in myself. All I needed to do was believe the whole time. It was always possible. Right. Bewdley. You know what? Sure. Let's give Bewdley the respect that it deserves. Let's get two thingamabobbers, 2 stations. Also, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to make another superhighway branch, and it's going to be connected up from this area right over here. And we're going to make a nice bit of bridge. That's going to be an absolute monster of a crossing, but, I mean, does anyone really care? Not really, frankly. And I just want to connect it up to Hemsworth right over here. 6 million, 10 million for a 10 million for a bridge, 5 million for a bridge. Kind of don't want to cross over the train track because the track is high speed, and I don't want to do anything that'll cause issue with the trains. Right, so let's connect that up. I mean, this is just ludicrous at this point, but that's cool anyway. I like it. I like it a lot. Battledoof to Gravesend. Why is Battledoof to Gravesend not running? Riddle me this. Why is this not running? How is this not running? We've got a traffic jam. Oh, my goodness. Do I need to do everything myself? Is that what I'm contractually obliged to do? Apparently so. Apparently so. Right. One way. Yeah. Right, so that will allow this train to move up. Okay. Chop chop. Yeah, this entire area does need to be redone. But frankly, if I end the series before having to redo it, I'll be a very happy chappy. That's for sure. Okay, so that actually didn't solve all of our problems. Turns out that we need to do more than that. Oh boy. Okay, so this train is the real problem. Yeah, this food train is the thing that really gets everything in a pickle. Okay, I think I can redo this in a way that's not totally garbage. So currently the food train utilizes... I say the food train. Give it the respect that it deserves. Breadliest catch, that's right. Right, so Breadliest catch is going to be getting a whole brand new line. I say a bespoke line. Kind of is a bespoke line, actually. I don't want to destroy any houses, to be fair. But I do want to go through a bunch of track. Yeah, too much slope. Any way that I can raise the roof a little bit. And by raise the roof, I mean create a bridge. Collision. No, you're not. You're just not keen. Still too much slope. What I was thinking is that we could just come sort of straight out here. Straight out here, maybe like link up a bespoke track that was a little bit more forgiving. It's this specific section right over there. Right, let me delete this bit of road, which is a shame because I like that little bit of road. It's got good character, you know? Yes, I know this is going to cause an absolute nightmare with absolutely every single track. I mean, maybe I am just best redoing this whole shebang. How many lines are now having a problem? Wow, a heck of a lot. Right, you know what? Let's flip and do it. I've got time. Let's freaking do it. There we go. Yes, it's going to cause problems with you, but that's fine. Okay, I think this is about as far back as we need to take it. I'm going to take this back as well. Going to completely disconnect this, this food line. So we got the high-speed connections. I want everything coming in to be high speed. Right? Everything coming in, I need to be high speed. It doesn't need to be high speed, but it'll help make everything a little bit easier. So we've got a whole bunch of tracks which I want to remove. Now, I did, if you'll recall, kind of tease the fact that we could create like a massive sort of bridge system out here as sort of like a run-in to Gravesend. I actually think that that might not be the craziest thing in the world to do. Alternatively, flattening the ground is definitely an option. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the leftmost tracks out a little bit. I'm just going to try and link everything up so that it's reasonably together. Yeah, even though the speed is going to be sort of brought down just a little bit. And then I'm going to take the sharpest corner, put that down over here. Brilliant. And hopefully it should just be a case of lining all of these corners up. Don't like the sort of degree that this corner is super sharp, but I mean, it is what it is. Construction's not possible on this level. Why is that not the case? There's a way to say it absolutely should be. If we need to flatten ground, I mean, we can. I'm also quite happy bridging if needs be. There we go. All right, I mean, that's looking good. That's looking really good. I suspect that we might run into some problems here. That's fine. Okay, connect that up there. Yeah, so there's a slight collision. Slight collision with the water right over yonder. Okay, I think that the best way to go about doing this is terrain modification. I don't need smooth. I need flatten. Yeah. Yeah, literally just that. I mean, that's not a big change. We've just reclaimed a little bit of land. Okay, I mean, this is going to be an absolutely gargantuan setup. This way, hopefully, everyone is going to have their own track and their own ability to set things up. So, that is the setup that I want to employ. Now, what I'm looking to do is make sure that we can still reconnect this road up. Because it's kind of important. Wow, I cannot believe that that actually works. All right, well, brilliant. There's also going to be some more room to expand over here. Brilliant. Wonderful. Okay. Just thought I'd do that for the sake of making everything look fine. Right. Gonna need to take back this track all the way over there. Take that track back. Take this track back. I love how trains teleport. That's a lifesaver. That really, really is a tremendous feature. Okay, and then we're just gonna have to try and link everything up. And this is maybe gonna be the problem. This is maybe where the problems are gonna arise. I mean, speed is going to be absolutely torpedoed on the way into Gravesend, but I think that's just something that we're going to have to live with. So, we need to go from... Yeah, we basically have two main inputs. So... we could merge these into one input and then out to 6. That might be the best course of action. I say merge into one input, merge into two inputs is probably more what I mean. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So we'll do this. This. That there, that there. That there. That there. And then quite simply, we just have a tiny little bit of crossover track right there and right there. I mean, there are difficulties with this because there's going to be a heck of a lot of traffic coming through this line, this route. Okay, as long as we connect everything up. There we go. As long as we connect everything up before it gets to the junction over here, and then we're totally fine. Right, let's put in some signals so that I know roughly how things are going. Brilliant. Okay, I mean, this is gonna be peculiar. It's gonna be really, really, really peculiar. And I'm still not entirely convinced that I like it. But hey ho. Also, what I should do. We've got Breadliest Catch. They're both utilizing the rightmost platforms, which is pretty irritating, but I guess there's not much that I can do about that. Okay, let's see if we can try and feed this in over here. Don't look possible to me. Yeah, now here comes the problem. I mean, this can be standard track, although I don't think changing it to standard track will make a shred of difference. The only thing that I can think of. Take back this track that I just painstakingly put in. It wasn't painstaking. Let's be brutally honest. And then I will connect up this track. There we go. We shouldn't actually need... I do actually want to have crossover here. But only because... Oh, really? No. Come on, video game. You can do it. You can... Oh, no. Don't tell me this isn't possible. Don't debate me like this. It's gotta be possible. It's gotta be possible. Come on. We have the greatest minds in the world working on this problem. Okay, that's good. That's good, hey! It works. Yes, I think that's actually what we want. Okay, and then I want this to go there. That to go there. Perfect. So that should work, right? Does everything work? Building Gravesend. Oh, yes. Building Gravesend isn't actually connected yet. Now, this is going to be the more problematic of the lines to connect up. And that doesn't look like that's going to work at all. However, the backup solution to this was... If that doesn't work, then we'll just merge earlier. Yes. Brilliant. Okay, I mean, I don't want to destroy all the speed. I mean, I do want to at least try and retain some semblance of the fact that there is a high-speed line in here somewhere. Right. Okay, ditch this. I mean, does that connect up? Construction's not possible. Why the heck is that not possible? Is it because this pain in the backside is sitting over the line? There we go. It's a little bit better. What do you know? It's a Christmas miracle. Okay, there's the grain train, which needs to be sorted, and frankly, maybe just sold and rebought, because I'm not entirely convinced that there's a way to fix that problem. But we'll press play just after the autosave is completed. Turn the grain train around, see if it makes any difference. All right, now the real test is gonna come into force. Is this actually gonna work? Okay, what I need you to do, grain train, is come over here. There you go. That's right. Phase through the metro liner whilst you're at it. I'm kind of hoping that trains are going to be traveling so fast that it's not going to make a difference. Okay, so, but yeah, basically we have one route in, one route out. Here's hoping that it works. I don't like it, but it is what it is right now. I think I need to work on a better solution. I think I do need to work on a better solution. Let me try something here. Right, so if I was to go over to here like that. Over to there like that. Over to there like that. Over to there like that. Over there like that. Over there like that. And then out here. Yeah. And then merge in there. And put this as one way only. Then that would mean, theoretically, that I can delete... Well, I'll wait for the Pioneer Zephyr to go past. Okay, speed up, please. Hold up. Why are you not working? Waiting for a free path? You're actually waiting for the grain train to go past? Wow, I don't believe that. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely crazy. Okay, anyway, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, like, simplify everything across to one line. I don't know if that's something I want to be doing, but it is what I'm gonna try, see if it works. Grain train needs a little bit of help. Don't worry about it. I'll sort it in a second. Okay, so we have one input and one output, and it should work a little bit smoother. Okay, I'm gonna delete this bit of track. Delete that bit of track. Delete that bit of track. Yeah, and delete. No, I need that very, very slight bit of track in the middle, which I can't seem to get a hold of. You see that little bit right there? I had it for a second there. That's the bit. That's the bit. Okay, so now instead of funneling everything through the same hard funnel, we should funnel everything across to the leftmost track. I mean, is there any way that I can do that slightly faster and better? If I start, like, right back here, and then across to here, I think I can do this. I think I can do this so that it finishes slightly earlier. There we go. I mean, this is an absolutely bonkers plan and doesn't really make much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. But you know what? It's fun. Gosh darn it. Too much slope? Really? Really? Right? Not entirely digging that vibe, but okay. What we need to basically do, connect that up to there. Fantastic. Then I can just take out these little connections that I made slightly earlier. Or slightly later, should I say. You know what I mean. Anyway, so we're going to merge across as much as we possibly can to one singular track. Yeah, so we're going to merge just across the different lanes, which I think should work. I think should work. We'll see if it makes it any more efficient. No guarantees thus far. But it's kind of cool, isn't it? It's kind of cool. Also, it means, importantly, that we can set up one-way signals, like, in this area, like, up to here. This is all one way. There we go. That's all one way. Grain train still is a problem. But we can have a train waiting right over here. And in fact, we can have more one-way signals than that. We can have one-way signals all the way up to here on this track. Here on this track. Here on that track. Here on that track. Here on that track. And that's pretty much it. So we can have one-way signals all the way in there, which means that we should be able to theoretically store way more trains. You have no path. I mean, you just turn around, right? Yeah, okay. So the grain trains problems this whole time didn't really exist, but I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. All right, go back to... Okay, fine. You know, just keep turning around. Just do what you're going to do. You know, you can drive back to the other end of the world and pick up another bunch of junk, bunch of grain, and then come all the way back as far as I'm concerned. I don't care. Yeah, this is the only issue for the grain train, because the grain train needs to still cross over active tracks. I think for the most part it should be fine, though. Yeah, you know what? I'm reasonably happy with this. I'm reasonably happy with this. The Battle Doof to Gravesend, which was what initially set me onto this problem, still hasn't sorted itself out. We're actually downgrading the Gravesend food plant. Can you believe that? We're still connected up. Yeah, it's still connected up. Still works. Do we have any food on here? 126 food. Brilliant. Let's get that delivered. I tell you what, though. We don't have any trains waiting for the station. Are you waiting for a free path? I say that we don't have any trains waiting for the station. Maybe because there are so many trains actually in the station. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, is it? It's not perfect. I mean, there's nothing to stop me from starting this, like, exit track earlier. Let me try that. Yeah. Are we going to be able to bridge this gap over here? No. It was an optimistic bridging. Ooh, I can make my make my platform look fancy now as well, which is something that I may wish to do. Okay. It's turned into a little bit of a curse. Love how there was a level crossing operating in the middle of the railway. That's pretty cool. Oh, brilliant! Some brand new vehicles. Cool. All right, so let's set this up. Man, I love redesigning things. This is brilliant. Set this up to go there. 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 Okay. So let's put you onto this line as early as we can. This line onto here as early as we can. That line onto there as early as we can. Hey, you know what? That's gonna work. That's brilliant. It's brilliant. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So this is going to allow many, many more trains to get onto the exit line quicker. So basically the first... What is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the first 3 of the 6 are going to get onto this exit route really, really fast. This will be the last time that the breadliest catch train goes all the way up to this point, because he's now going to be able to just sort of slip right on over here. I'll delete that little bit over there, as the autosave ruins my jam yet again. And that goes there. Okay, I mean, this may look like a little bit of a disaster. However, it is coming together. It is coming together in a major, major way. Grain train, still irritating how it needs to cross traffic, but... I mean, it is what it is, right? That's looking good. That's looking really, really good. Looking really, really good. So we've got a dedicated exit. We've got a dedicated, like, entrance line, which looks really quite nice. Seems to be working. All right, there we go. We've done it. I'm gonna call that solved. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, we'll actually reduce the emissions. He says very unconfidently. Yeah, the emissions still look as high as heck. So I mean, that ain't good, but it is what it is. I mean, Gravesend is a pretty darn big town. I say it's a pretty darn big town. The population really does seem to fluctuate. It really does seem to fluctuate. Fluctuates wildly. Mostly because I haven't been supplying it with construction materials or bread recently. Both of which kind of necessary, you know, kind of necessary. But that will be rectified, you know, shortly. I'm not particularly worried. We got a lot of grain coming in, which is wonderful. A lot of grain trains hard at work. Yeah, I mean, look, this is good. This is good. What can I say? This seems to work. You're on South Shifnal. You're also on South Shifnal. Okay, this will be interesting to see how this works. So the South Shifnal train should probably come in and wait. Where is it? It should wait right about here. Right? Should wait right about here. And it should wait there until this train passes, the Metroliner train passes, and also the other train over here passes. This train can just follow the same route down, and it should be reasonably smooth. Yeah, it should all work completely fine. In the meantime, building Gravesend should be able to get right through to where he needs to go. As far as I'm concerned, there should be no delay. I should be able to get right through. Yeah, which is a bit of a problem in a sense, because I did want this train to go. Yeah, well, that's somewhat irritating. I think you could have gone. I think you could have gone in that time, but that's okay. Right, we make a whole bunch of money from selling the bricks. And then we let the next train in. And you're able to travel at the same time as you're able to travel. You're able to travel. Yeah, so basically in this bit of track, we've got 4 trains moving all at once, which is pretty good. I mean, it's certainly better than it was before. I don't know if it's the most optimal now. In fact, I know that it's not the most optimal at the moment. However, it does seem like there are pretty major improvements. I still think that we could probably tweak the exit line somehow. Yeah, maybe having the exit line, like, running through the center would perhaps have been a better idea. However, it works. It works. And I'm not gonna sniff at something that very clearly works. Okay, Gravesend should definitely be on the up and up. What do you know? The station's overcrowding has been sorted. The brick situation is gonna be sorted with probably this incoming brick train right over yonder. And the bread situation is gonna be potentially almost sorted with the arrival of train 16 in just a second. So that might just get us back over 100,000. No, not 100,000, just a regular 1,000. Might get us over 1,000 population. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Anyway, that's brilliant. That is absolutely fantastic. What we're gonna need to do now is set up a Burnley to Gravesend route. I say this is what we need to do. This is absolutely not what we need to do. Now, let's trace our footsteps back. So, we've currently got Cogs, the Cogs Hall route, fine, running from Gravesend, running from the platforms over here. We've also got Let's Get Shifney, which runs from Shifnal to Gravesend. Pretty cool. That runs with the Metroliner. I like those trains a lot, actually. And then we've also just recently got the South Shifnal routes, which runs with 4 Pioneer Zephyrs. Now, I would like to get a TGV speciality 300 kilometer an hour high-speed train. The one doubt in my mind is where are we going to put that? I mean, we could customize the train station. Tell you what, I think I actually will customize the train station. Let's configure this. Let's configure the station, and hear me out for a second. I don't actually need this central platform, because we're only ever dropping stuff off in Gravesend anyway. So it's not like it really particularly matters. And if I'm utilizing the leftmost track, then the way that the current system is set up, it should in fact mean that it's going to be much quicker to change over trains, just because of the nature of where the exit track actually is. The exit track links straight up to the leftmost track. So let's do that. Let's put in a high-speed electrified route. And also this is a passenger platform. It's just the most recent passenger platform. The modern passenger platform. The first of the modern passenger platforms that I think we are installing. It is a little bit embarrassing that this used to be, the sort of brick drop-off point. Maybe not what the discerning traveler is after. But what can I say? Right. Okay, so this is going to be... Oh, look at that. It says Gravesend on the signs. How cool is that? That is really cool. Okay, you are probably a confused train, but you can just turn around. There you go. Get out of here. And then we're going to need to look at a route. So, it's going to leave Gravesend. It's going to leave here. And we want it to go on to this main thoroughfare. We're going to want to make sure that it gets up to 300 kilometers an hour. So, let's trace back the train over here. Yeah, it's going to come up this way, come up this way. We're going to want it to leapfrog onto the high-speed bypass. Might need to slow down at some points, although I tried to make that as gradual a transition as possible onto the main line. It's going to come along here. All of this is high-speed. It's all high-speed electrified as well, so it operates with the Shinkansen, because that's what runs on the line at the moment. All of this is high-speed electrified. Now, this is kind of the corner that I think we probably want to cut off, because we want to go to Burnley. We want to go to Burnley, and we want to probably go around this way. So let's see if that's entirely feasible, and if it's entirely feasible to do at the speed that I want to do it at. Right. Right. I mean, we do not want any bridges. Although, in saying that, I can totally do bridges. I can totally do bridges as and when required. Can we link up to a tunnel? I mean, that is showing me 300 meters per second. Meters, miles an hour, kilometers an hour even. I mean, I think that's brilliant. If we can make that happen, then that'd be phenomenal. It's going to need to be on this line. Construction's not possible. The reason that it's not possible is because of a signal. One building will be removed, and there's going to be a collision with that track. Right. Give me the bulldoze tool. Those will be replaced in time. Fear not. Fear not. Okay, where did I drag from? I dragged from, like, here. Sure. And we want it to go right the way over there. Brilliant. And we want it to link up underground. Now, construction is not possible. Why is construction not possible? It's primarily because 2 bits of road, I suspect. I can ditch road like there's no tomorrow, frankly. I'm not committed to any particular bit of road. Ah, also there's a bit of a train station in the way. Does that matter? No, that doesn't seem to matter. That doesn't seem to matter at all. That's not really in our way. Okay. Is it the train station that's in the way? No, it's not. It's the junction that's right over here. Junctions are a peculiar thing. There we go. Ditch that. It's going to cost a lot of money, and it's of course during the time of the autosave. But look, this is a national emergency. Is too strong a word for what's happening right now. But this is a series emergency. It's a serious emergency, you could say. It's emergency because, I mean, the series is about to finish. We want to make sure that we can get everything up and running to the best degree. How will that happily build? I mean, that's only building at 200 kilometers an hour. 280 kilometers an hour. Come on, this can't be this difficult. This cannot be this difficult. Yeah. Okay, that's good so far. Very, very good so far. I mean, do I just, like, chance it and build that? And hope that that works? I mean, that's remarkably cheap for a bunch of high-speed line. Alright, we're just gonna chance it, you know? Too much slope? I mean, we can always do this. And then we can always connect up. We can always connect up at a later point. Because we now have the tech to, you know, make real good bridges. There's collision. Why is there a collision? I mean, there absolutely shouldn't be. There absolutely shouldn't be. But apparently, there is. There's no signal in this part of the track. Okay. Turns out this is unexpected. I was totally anticipating just being able to make this work, but apparently not. Yeah, how funny. How peculiar. You just don't want to go, do you? You just don't want to go. Alright. I see what's up. You'll cross over here. Right, wonderful. You'll cross over here, but you won't connect up here? Alright, it might just be that we need to do something funky. I mean, that does slow the train down slightly, but... sure, whatever. In fact, take it back, try again. That's just not possible. Alright, you know what? I really don't like this. I really don't like this at all. There we go. Okay, that's much better. Okay, that's as far as we can take it. So we're maintaining the speed. Maintaining the speed, and we now need to double up the track. I also need to make sure that I maintain enough money to actually buy a TGV train. Or however many TGV trains I'm going to need. Also, I suspect that this will totally decimate the business model for flying planes to the other side of the map. All right, brilliant. Okay, so we've got 300-mile-an-hour track for the most part, apart from that horrific little crossover point. But there's nothing that I can do about that. Nothing that I can do about that. So we're now looking to try and get this connected up onto the existing high-speed line, which has... I don't think we've even got any space in Burnley to... Cleobury Mortimer Express, no. Proto-Hopper. Wait, what are we using on this line? I'm not using anything on this line here. Yeah, platform 3 we're not using it for anything. How wondrous. Okay, I've spotted an opportunity. Right, what we're going to want to do is we're literally just going to want to connect up to the track underwater. Is that even possible? I don't know. Kind of hope so. It's probably not going to be possible given that it is underwater for such a large section. Yeah, so we'd be coming out of water. Yeah, with a bridge into a bridge. Ain't ideal. Okay, what I think we're going to want to do is just bridge this gap with 300-kilometer-an-hour track. There we go. High-speed electrified, of course, as is our standard stuff at the moment. Brilliant. All of the 300km/h stuff. Okay, and now we're going to want to see if we can indeed merge in. Shouldn't be too difficult from this point. It's just about maintaining speed, really. It says there's going to be a collision there. I mean, that's somewhat surprising, I must say. Kind of didn't really anticipate there to be a collision. Yeah, you ain't a fan of that, are you? I mean, we could always see if we can try and circumvent the underground section entirely and connect up here. But again, you don't want to connect up like that, do you? Let's try this. Okay. Let's try running this as straight as we possibly can. Too much slope there. Ooh, that did look good for a sec. No. Too much, still too much slope. Still too much slope. There is a sweet spot. There is a sweet spot that we can make it work with the sort of speed limitations in here. I mean, that does work. Sure, it's going to slow it down to about 150. 160, 100... I mean, the trains won't be going at 170km/h at this point anyway. It's just something to consider. It's a personal mark of failure whenever I can't... excuse me, there we go. Whenever I can't get the speed as high as possible. Too much slope. Really? Really? I didn't even... Oh, I guess that is pretty slopey, actually. Okay, I'm somewhat surprised that we're able to make that happen. Okay, well, I'm very fortunate that that does actually work for us. Yeah, and then... I guess we could connect this up, although it almost doesn't seem worthwhile. We'll just... Yeah, sure, we'll just keep it as one singular bit of track. We'll sort of merge it down into one. I don't think that that's going to be too much of a problem. I mean, it will be a problem, again, because of the speed loss, but whatever. At this point, you know? At this point, very close to the station, I'm not particularly worried about speed loss. The trains slow down to get into the station anyway. So it's no biggie. No biggie whatsoever. What is more important is that we just get it done. There we go. Okay, so now we create the actual cross-map express. You're going to be going from platform 3. Wonderful. Look at this world that we have created, by the way, folks. Just as we're sort of finishing up, it's important to note the vast complexity of the world that we have created, the world that we've created together. All right, this is going to be all caps, the actual cross-map finale line. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Let's buy as many TGV trains as we possibly can. Let's be super extravagant. Let's flip and do it. The TGV, 300km/h, famous high-speed train operated by the French National Railway Company. It's permanently coupled electric multiple unit and was built for operation between Paris and the southeast of France. Mais oui. Oui, 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 oui. Oui, 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 oui. Okay, turns out that we can buy one train. I mean, that simply won't do. That simply won't do. I'm going to see if we can try and find a depot somewhat closer to the other end of the line, which maybe we can set a train out from. There is one. Yeah, there is one over here, actually. Brilliant. I didn't equip the other one to the actual cross-map line or whatever. There's no route. Oh, yeah, that's a bit of a problem, actually. Yeah, my bad. My bad, honestly. Sell you. And let me find somewhere else. I say let's find somewhere else. Let's just place down a flipping building. I was just trying to, you know, reuse the existing thingamabobbers that I had, the existing things, the existing depots that I had. But no, alas. I'm gonna just get a few signals along the way here. There we go. What's up? You report the following problems. There's no routes? Really? Why did that become impossible? Was it because of my signaling? My erratic signaling? It shouldn't have been. Yeah, this should all work just fine, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think this should work fine. It might have something to do with the fact that there is some sneaky signals over here. Yeah. So if I change that, will that make any difference? No, it straight up doesn't. That make any difference? No. That doesn't make any difference. Alright. I mean, it must have been something to do with the signals that I just recently placed. So let me just go and check them right now to make sure that they're all as they should be. Correct direction. Yeah. Correct direction. Yeah. There's no signals there. Yeah. And yeah. I think everything looks correct from my perspective. Everything links up. Should do. Maybe just ditch this signal. Ditch that signal. Yeah, what's the issue here? What is the issue? There we go, that worked. Alright, I just clicked the auto-resolve button. Not entirely convinced the game even knew what was done wrong. Yeah, it all looks fine to me. It's taking the correct route. The route all the way along here, yep, and into the platform, and it's going to the correct platforms at both ends. I mean, that's just wonderful. Anyway, let's watch the TGV, the actual TGV, come out of here. Let's buy another TGV, stick it on the same line. I know, not exactly ideal to have two TGVs, one after the other, but holy cow, this is a gorgeous train. This is an absolutely gorgeous train. Now we're talking. I mean, this is what Transport Fever, and Transport Fever 2 more specifically, is all about. Oh, goodness gracious me. How is it this challenging? Go, you nincompoop. Come on. And you just breeze through here as well. Unbelievable. Is there many people waiting to go to Gravesend? Burnley even? Also, that number of destinations should shoot way up. Alright, as it turns out, there's a little bit of congestion in the area at the moment. Keep going right across here. No! How? What are you stopping for? What are you stopping for? I don't get it. I don't flippin' get it. Are you stopping for that? Garbage hole? Really? Alright, turns out you are. Well, anyway, it's definitely time for the TGV to be unleashed, and maybe we'll be able to get 2 of the TGVs out. Lovely, wonderful, look at that. What do you know? It actually works. Who would have thunk it? Oh, man, look at that. Look at that. I tell you what, part of the problem might have been electrification, although I doubt it. I think the entirety of the route was electrified. There we go. One of the last planes, perhaps, to land. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It is a bit long. I know it is a bit long. Might have some issues with the length. But on the whole, I think it'll be alright. I'll tell you what I could do. Could put more signals over here. If in doubt, just place more signals. It categorically never ends up causing more problems than it creates. That doesn't make sense. It categorically, okay, what I was being sarcastic. It can always create more problems than you intend to. It can solve less problems than the problems that it creates. Goodness gracious me, what a bunch of word vomit. Right, good stuff. I really just want to watch this TGV train get up to speed. Look at the way that it snakes around. Holy cow, it is very, very long. It looks good, though. It looks really, really good. I'm very, very happy with it. We got any passengers waiting? We've got 2 passengers waiting. Brilliant. Oh, no. Are you not going to be able to find a route? Oh, actually, you will be able to find a route because we still leave this other track part in, so you can still get to where you need to go. Okay, that's pretty cool. Definitely a feature, not something that I completely forgot about. Well, I'm glad we did. I'm glad we did. You should just be able to go right ahead. Oh, yeah, because you need to get up here. I'm with you. Ah, look, here's the second one. Oh, my goodness, look at this. 3 passengers. These are like the, you know, the president, the prime minister, transport chap, you know, the guy who paid for the train or whatever. I'm just delighted that it actually works. Should we go into the front cam? Look at this. Look at that sky filled with airplanes as the game tries to compute all of the stuff that is happening. By the way, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you can see what speed we're reaching. Tell you what, the acceleration is something fierce. I'm going to take it down to 1x speed so that we can really marvel at how fast this train accelerates. I'm hoping for a reasonably empty route. Look at that, look at that. That's a plane up in the sky there. There's 2. I think that's a Canadair cargo plane. Ah, yes, I think this is the longest underground tunnel, as opposed to an overground tunnel. That's right. The longest tunnel in the game. Don't quote me on that, but it's pretty darn long. Although it looks like this TGV is making short work of it. Just past the 180 km/h mark. If we pass 220, that's I believe, the top speed of the Shinkansen. So if we surpass 220, then we've broken the land speed record, as far as I'm concerned. Now, what you might find is, because of how busy this section of track is, reasonably busy, really, in comparison to the other bits, we might not be able to get up to the maximum speed. Yeah, we're going to take the bridge across this way. We're limited to 180 on the bridge, I believe. This bridge could definitely do with an upgrade to the brand new concrete structure, but no worries. I mean, 180 seems like about what the train was going at before it joined the bridge anyway, so that's okay. Anyway, the point that I was making is that we might not get up to top speed on this next bit of track. We might have to wait until we're on the dedicated track into Burnley. Just something to consider. Man, this is so enjoyable. This is so enjoyable. I could do this all day, you know? I could do this all day. I could absolutely do this all day. It's immensely satisfying. Are we going to slow down for this transition a little bit? A little tiny bit. And we're slowing down because of what looks like an upcoming signal. Yeah, it's an upcoming signal right in the distance there. You can see it. Although it looks like that's now green for us to go. And we should be able to make some nice progress. The other thing that I was going to mention is that the Shinkansen train, it should roughly be going at the same speed as the TGV train along this stretch of track anyway. So, I mean, there's not a massive speed difference. Even, you know, I mean, there is a big speed difference. There's a big top speed difference between the Shinkansen of... autosave, wonderful. Between the Shinkansen of 220 or whatever it is and the 300 km/h of the TGV. However, in actuality, does the train ever get up to 300 km/h? Not really. So I don't really suspect that we'll be delayed much by a slow Shinkansen, really. But it's just something worth bearing in mind. All right, about to surpass 200, assuming the signal stays green. It does indeed. Wonderful. Are we going to surpass 220? I mean, we're almost to the we're almost to the fork in the track. Is that the technical term? We're almost to the fork in the track where the track is going to split into a dedicated line. What is that monstrosity over there? Oh, that's the, oh, we're just passing the massive superhighway bridge. You remember I built that. Oh, we just passed the Shinkansen top speed, by the way. You remember I said that that road up there was going to give, you know, bus passengers a great view of the train? Turns out, I was wrong. There's a bunch of rocks in the way. But look at this ridiculous structure. I think this was the first brand new concrete bridge that we built. And then here comes the massive one. Look at this. This is fantastic. Oh my goodness gracious me. All right, phase through a little bit of a pillar. No worries. Look at that. Look at that. Imagine seeing that if you're just sitting on this train. Oh, we're slowing down. Looks like a signal. You imagine seeing that bridge if... toot toot. Toot to the Shinkansen that's passing. Yeah. Wow. And we're going to pass under it again. What a wonderful bit of architecture. Very, very cool. I mean, look, honestly, being in this perspective, the perspective of a passenger on the train, or the train driver, so to speak, I mean, it's so much easier to appreciate the world, you know? There's just so much going on. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right, we're going to go straight through here. We're going to have to come to a stop, which is a bit of a pain in the backside, but that's okay. Totally fine. It's just something that we have to deal with. I mean, in an ideal world, if I did have another 200 episodes in me, we'd probably want to make sure that all of the track crossover on the high-speed line either went via tunnel or via bridge, so that we never had any of these points, you know, and tracks that cross over, because that is what really slows things down tremendously. All right, we're going to split onto this dedicated track over here, and this is the section of track where we are going to be able to get up to, as the game decides to, all right, lag out in a major way. Not entirely sure why. I guess maybe we're entering a slightly busier area. Anyway, this is the dedicated track, the fully dedicated track, which I expect that we'll be able to get up to the top speed of 300. I say that. Don't actually expect that we'll be able to get up to the top speed of 100. But I would absolutely anticipate that we'll get up to the maximum speed that we possibly can. If we can't get up to 300 on this section of track here, we're not going to be able to get up to 300 on any section of track. Put it that way. Pretty sure this is the emptiest and most direct that we can really go. There is like a slight bit of crossover with another track, I think, with the Cleobury Mortimer to Burnley Express. There might be a tiny little bit of crossover there, but I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. Wonderful. What a lovely route, eh? What a lovely route. That was the depot that I didn't connect up to anything. We're up to 186, 187. All right, speed is climbing. And we're about to go over... I want to say, is this our first high-speed concrete bridge? It's pretty straight. It's very flat. It's a great opportunity to hit the top speed. Although this is the problem, you know, we are about to come into Burnley. You can see the terminal over there in the distance, the Burnley. Well, one of Burnley's many airports. But we are about to come into Burnley, and we're going to have to start slowing down significantly soon. So yeah, we barely get past 222. Maybe 230. Maybe we hit 230 kilometers an hour. Certainly, it's faster than the Shinkansen. But I mean, you know, not majorly so. I think it's got a little bit more power, so it accelerates slightly faster as well. And I also think it can carry more passengers. But look at that. Brilliant. How wonderful. We come in at a fair speed. That's for sure. We come in at a fair speed. Right in. I mean, this is one-time speed, so I do feel like we're still going pretty fast. 80 kilometers an hour into the terminal. Wonderful. Brilliant. All right. I mean, that is just about perfect. 33 people waiting to get on board, and now the train is going to head all the way back to the other side of the map, which is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Very much enjoyed that route. That was great. That was brilliant. Wait for a train to cross. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Wow. Ladies and gents, what a series. What a series. What an end. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. The year is 1987. There are maybe a few more trains, but to unlock, but I mean, I'm not that bothered. I've had an absolute whale of a time with this series. We've grown Burnley. Burnley is at a predicted population of 1,221 and an actual population of 1,162. 6,664 connections. That ain't bad at all. Burnley was the biggest town on the map when we started, but you know, we've grown it fivefold or whatever. It's certainly a lot. At Gravesend, a predicted population of over 1,000 now. Not quite as many connections as Burnley, but certainly not half bad. And an actual number of residents of 932. It's been an absolute pleasure, ladies and gents, to play this wonderful game for you on the Orbital Potato YouTube channel. I hope you'll tune into the next series. Got a lot of exciting stuff coming up on the channel over the next wee while, so I hope to see you there. And thanks as ever to my fantastic Patreon supporters. They're fantastic. They help make videos like this possible. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.